Hi everyone, how about grabbing a cuppa and joining me to see what I made in the month of July? There's a couple of things here you haven't seen yet, so I'm sure you're going to enjoy what I have to offer. I brought you back inside here today. I did start filming outside in front of my beautiful flowering plum tree, but the rain started, the wind, and I just thought, look, this is going to end up in disaster after I've just done my hair. I don't want to get it wet and frizzy, so I thought I'd bring you in here, and I will definitely take you back out there to see it for some film shots a bit later on. Meg's decided to join me. Hey Meg, I think she likes to get on camera. She's a bit of a show off, aren't you? Yeah. She just thinks I'm talking to her. I think that's what it is because she can't work out there's no other person here. Mummy must be talking to me. So I think that's what it is. It's really cute. So today I've got a few things to show you. I haven't shown you all of these things. A couple I have before, but this is what I wanted to show off, this beautiful jacket. Now, this fabric was kindly given to me by the wonderful Fabric Deluxe in Foots Grey. They have such an amazing range. And I did take you guys in there, if you remember, on a video back in June to have a little bit of a shop in the store. So I will link that episode above. If you haven't seen it before, I highly suggest you go and check out what Steph and Karita have there in their beautiful, everything's hand-picked, a beautiful store, very, very homely. Lots to offer any keen sewist. I think you're going to enjoy this particular beautiful boiled wool that the ladies let me pick out the color I loved. And I actually did say I felt guilty because this was all I had left of this beautiful plummy purple kind of color. And I said, do you want to give me something that there's lots of? And they did say no, they would prefer for me to pick out what I loved. And I just had to have it. I had to come home with me. It is the most gorgeous quality, pure boiled wool. And I know a lot of boiled wools are viscose blend, but this is not. This is a pure wool. It's quite thick and spongy and cuddly, really lovely to wear. And I thought I would make a Berlin jacket from Sewciety Patterns. I'll put some pics and some video. You can see what you think. It is a stunning jacket. It is so simple and very cleverly put together with all raw edges. So you must make sure if you're sewing this pattern, you use something like a non-frayable fabric. You can do it in ponte if you didn't want to use boiled wool, but it has to be either a boiled or felted wool or ponte. So you can have those cut edges, and they do require, the pattern does require all overlapped edges. So you can see you've got that little seam allowance poking out there, so you really can't have anything that's going to fray because it will ruin the look of it. But I love how it came together. It's a really lovely jacket to wear. It's almost like a wearable kind of dressing gown, but you can really dress it up. And I've seen some beautiful ones on Instagram. People have worn over a lovely dress, for example, or you can wear it over just a pair of jeans or leggings to dress it down. But I actually added about 10 centimeters to my jacket because I didn't really want to waste any of this beautiful fabric. It's so luxurious. So I added a bit of length, and I also took a bit of length off my sleeves because that's an adjustment I always need to make. And don't forget, you need to roll that up as a feature of the sleeve. It has got a rollable roll-up cuff. So you've got that facing there, and you've got the two raw edges sewn together. So I like my sleeves on jackets to be a little bit shorter rather than longer. I just find they get in the way. They're too long, but really loved how it came up. And I've made it in the size 12 because I've made it in the past and it's very, very generous. So I wanted to make it a little bit more streamlined and I'm really, really happy with how it came up. It's a really lovely jacket to wear. It's really a must-have in the wardrobe because you find that if you're like me, you have a lot of pattern garments, you are always looking for those plain staples. And I think that's one thing Fabric Deluxe do really well. They do have a lot of basic plain color staple fabrics to have to mix and match through the wardrobe as well. So really love how it's come up. I'll put the little label on the back there, which is from Lindsay Sew to Grow. This one is called Crafty and Sassy and a little bit smart assy. That's really cute. You know when you just have a color on it and it makes you just feel good, feel vibrant. This does it for me, this color, and it makes me want to pop on that bright lippy because look, it's really dreary and dull at the moment. We're in the middle of another lockdown here. Most of Australia is. And I think colour is so important to really get you in the right mood. And there's nothing wrong with popping on a bright coloured garment for being at home and just making yourself feel good. Those little things make a big difference to me. I find that I am just a huge lover of colour, and I find my wardrobe just exploding with all different colours. But yeah, some of those colours just do it for you. This I love, and also green really and red make me feel really good too. So what's your favourite colour? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Let me know what you feel good in, what you love to wear and why it makes you feel good. I'd be interested to hear your comments. The next make was also another make with beautiful fabric that I actually bought when I was in Fabric Deluxe. I couldn't resist this, and I had in mind a poncho for this, but it ended up being a bit too weighty. It's this beautiful wool blend boucle fabric. It is a knit, but it's more of a coat weight knit. So it hasn't got a lot of stretch to it. I reckon it would have maybe 10%, maybe 20 at the most, but not a lot. And it's only got that horizontal stretch, not the vertical stretch, but it's got the drape. So I knew straight away it had to be some kind of cardigan was in 2 months because I didn't really know how I would go with a lot of the cardigan patterns that I had, because sometimes you need a bit more stretch than what this would give. And the weight of it as well. I wasn't going to really put buttonholes through it, and I wasn't going to, I didn't want a coat with lapels or such, because the thick weight of it, yeah, it can get tricky when you're sewing things like lapels and cuffs. So straight away there was a pattern in my stash that I had done a little bit of research on. It's a new look pattern. It's a 6397. It is a kind of a cardigan style. I'll show you up close. And I'd seen a few reviews on it. I'd seen some people say it was quite large and quite oversized. And that always makes me worry, because I couldn't be bothered making up a mock-up version because I get a bit sort of impatient, a bit lazy like that. I want to wear it now. I did a bit of research and I'd seen some great reviews on this. And in particular, a lady had made, I'll pick up a vest, and I just thought straight away, that's a really lovely shape on. I love that, but I had a bit too much fabric to use for a vest. I wanted to use up every bit of it. So I thought straight away, the version B, which is just the straight, I'll show you the line drawing on the back. You can make the drapier version, but the fabric didn't have enough drape in it to do that. So I thought straight away that version B there would be ideal. So I basically made it up as per instructions. I made a size medium, and for me, most big fours, I make size 16 to 18 and then have to tweak a lot of the fitting issues with the shoulders. It's really, really oversized. So I think I could have even made a small in it, but I love how this came up. It is just the most cuddly, cozy coatigan style that I think I'm really, really happy with choosing this pattern. It was very simple. I made it in an afternoon. One thing I will be doing though in future is lining it, because it's quite kind of prickly to wear because of that beautiful thick boucle wool, being such good texture. You find it can prickle you through your clothes. So I thought I am gonna line it. It'll be easy to do. I could do a bit of hand stitching there. And the thing I love about this knit is that you can wear it. You can use the fabric either way. So if I had wanted to sew it up with that side, I could have easily done that. Although that is the technical back, I think you could easily make that as the front, the front of your garment. It's something you can play around with. A lot of knits, you can quite easily use either side, but I really love that with that sort of gold fleck through it. It's beautiful fabric. It is so warm. It's amazing, the fabric. It's got quite a lot of density, quite a lot of weight to it, but not a lot of stretch. But yeah, enough drape there that a cardigan style jacket would be perfect. So really happy. Did a lot of hand stitching with the hems and things like that, but had that done in no time. It was a really easy, simple pattern to make, and definitely one I'll make again. I think that when you find a good big four pattern, they're great to hang on to, because sometimes you can have an image in mind, which is what I do, especially when I've already got the fabric and I've changed my mind about what I want to do with it. So I love looking at pattern review website. I love looking at Google Images. I like looking at Instagram. I try and do as much research as I can, finding information about the fit. And also it is good to look at your finished garment measurements. It doesn't have a lot of information with this. It's really at the finish of the length. They've got garment measurements. Didn't have a lot of other measurements there, but it has got things like suggested fabrics is lightweight to medium weight woven or knit fabrics with drape, such as linen and wool types, double knits, fleece, interlock, jersey, ponte, stretch velvet. So quite a lot of recommendations there, and it's really great to interpret it how you wish. But I think the vest would be fantastic. A drapey vest is always really great to wear for those kind of seasonal changes when you want something warm to throw over, but you don't really want to wear a coat. But yeah, really happy with how this coatigan, I'm going to call it, turned out. And I'm really love the fabric. It's beautiful. I know they still do have some online there at Fabric Deluxe. If you wanted to go and buy yourself some, I will link that below. And my, I must admit, is quite thick to get through, so make sure that your machine can handle it. My old faff there, it just handled it, no worries. It's been really great to sew things like denim with as well. So those old workhorse style, almost industrial level machines are fantastic for things like coat making and making jeans and sewing thick layers as well. So yeah, really love this, and yeah, happy with how it came out. Next make of July would be this gorgeous Dream On dress, and this is one I made for my birthday. It's in a wonderful double brush poly from Lush Fabrics. I made it the long maxi length. It's got the wonderful tiers, and I made it with a straight sleeve with a little cuff on the bottoms there. You can do it in a bishop sleeve as well. You can change the necklines. I popped a little belt around the waist just to give it a little bit of definition. And I really love how it's come up. I really like sewing with this double brush poly from Lush. It's one of my favourite fabrics for knit patterns. So this is from Pattern Emporium. Pattern Emporium also had the Everyday's a Weekend dress that came out the month previous, but it was more of a wider, boxier fit dress. It did have more of a tapered version, but this is a lot more neat and fitted around the body. Now, I have seen a lot of summer versions of this are absolutely beautiful. There's some sleeveless versions and short sleeve versions I think a lot of people have made and worn and loved throughout summer as well. So a definite one I want to make again in the warmer season. And especially that midi length I think looks fantastic as well. So I love that. And along with that pattern, they also had the skirt version, which I also made up in another double brush poly. And I've worn all of these. These have all been worn through the last month as well. I made the midi. It was almost a maxi. It really depends on sort of the length you want to wear things. The skirt with the waistband, it is just so practical, fantastic for wearing, pop a little jacket over and a little sweater top. And it's got a lovely thick waistband, really, really comfortable, easy to wear skirt. And that will also be another fantastic staple to have in summertime as well. So these are affiliate links, Pattern Emporium patterns. I'll link below as well. And a big thank you to the lovely people who have also bought a lot of the patterns previous with the affiliate links. That does help support the channel, but it doesn't cost you any extra as well. So good old Pattern Emporium basics can never go astray. I love the fact that Kate is constantly working on her pattern brand. She's always bringing out brand new patterns. And there's also the Pattern Emporium Sewing Circle group on Facebook where you can see people make up, showcase their patterns there, and it really gets everyone talking. You get a lot of community on there, a lot of lovely sewing people. Love talking about what they've loved to make and what's worked for them as well. So I will link that Facebook group that you will need to join as well. It's a great one to be in. To go with that skirt, I also made myself a top from Pattern Emporium. This is the high-low tunic that you've also got the fact that you can put that lovely cow neck. I'll put the picture of this pattern as well. It's a great basic staple to have. I love the high-low because you can wear it left out, like a tunic sort of style over jeans, as well as tucking it in. And the merino jersey was purchased from We Are the Fabric store online as well. They have a great range of merinos, really soft, lightweight, but also you have that warmth in there as well. So they're my favorite basic staples to have in the wardrobe, as well as this one I've got on, which I bought. I love wearing these because they're not too thick, but they give you that little bit of warmth for layering. Don't get too thick and sort of messy looking when you're layering them. I really like things to be more streamlined looking, but that is a great little staple to have to wear with the skirt. Now, I know a lot of you guys loved and went on to buy the With Love poncho from Pattern Emporium as well. I made 3 of these for last month's pattern release. I've already worn them heaps. I actually didn't think I would wear them as much as I have. I normally go for a sweater, jacket, but they're very practical for throwing on over a top. Say if you're leaving the house, you're running some errands and you want to make sure you have that bit of warmth, but you've got the arms free, the comfort, there's no restrictions. I made 1 in each style. The first one was a beautiful cable knit jersey from Spotlight. I made that with the regular length, beautiful drapey hem, and I shortened the sleeve, which you can either leave it long or shorten, which is long enough for me, and the polo neck on that. I love wearing that with jeans and boots. I've already worn that out quite a few times. The other versions I made, this is a lovely it's a really almost mohair-y feeling knit from Pit Trading I picked up in their remnant sale. That one I made just with the regular length, and I sewed up underneath the sleeve to give it more of a sleeve definition, but I've also worn that one lots. Really easy to make if you've got some knit fabric there you want to get stuck into. It's a really, really great simple pattern as well. Now the third one I made of these was from Darn Cheap Fabrics. It was some French terry. It's got a lovely little speckled kind of grey fleck through it. It's a nice weight. It doesn't have fleecy back, but it's got that nice French terry feel to it. I made that in the high-low, so it's the lower back, higher front. It's got that beautiful asymmetric neckline, which is a real feature with the buttons. And I know that I've seen other people on the Pattern Emporium Sewing Circle have used this particular neckline to put on some of their other sweater patterns. So the great thing about Pattern Emporium patterns is you can hash and mash patterns up between each other. You can change sleeves and necklines on patterns, and yeah, this would be a perfect neckline to have on a sweater. I think it's a really lovely feature to wear. So it's great with a pair of sweatpants and a little skivvy style lightweight jersey top underneath. I've worn it lots with the sweatpants. I just think it's really comfortable and cozy and gives you that bit of added extra warmth that you need, and great for also wearing around the house. I just think ponchos have really made a bit of a revival lately, and I really love the summer versions I've seen people make of these, as well as things like stretch lace, stretch mesh, almost like you can make like a caftan style to wear over your swimsuit as well. So lots you can do with this pattern, and that's a with Love pattern from Pattern Emporium. So they are my makes from July. Maybe not as many there as a normal month. I had, as I said, there's 2 pattern releases there from Pattern Emporium. They were my priority that month to get them out. But it was really nice to do a bit of coat making, and it actually has inspired me to make some more jackets and coats, because we are really in the thick of it at the moment. If I don't start now, it'll start getting too warm, and then I'll lose my motivation to make jackets and coats. And I really love them. One of my favorite things to make is a good jacket or coat, because they are so practical and versatile to have in the wardrobe for all seasons. I have a jacket in the background there I've half made up in a beautiful stretch denim. You're going to have to wait and see what that is. And if you do follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me starting to make that over the weekend as well. And that is one great way to keep in touch and see and follow along with what I'm making. I always post on Instagram when I can. I think it's a great way to keep in contact and keep you guys a bit more motivated and see what I'm up to through the week too. Now on Monday, I'm off to have my hernia repair surgery. If you follow the channel, you probably remember me chatting about that in the past, that I've had a lot of problems with pain in the last couple of years, and finally found out what it is. And it is a very rare hernia. And I did have a look at the stats on that, and the particular one I've got was, I think it was 2% of all hernias, or 0.05% of all hernias. So it is very rare. And the nurses at the hospital that I went and met the other day, had some bloods taken. They actually had never heard of that particular type of hernia. So it makes me wonder, what are all these weird things happening? It's just strange. But it is great because it means that a lot of the time I've, for years now, been pondering and trying to get advice on what this pain would be, that we now know what it is and we can get it resolved and fixed up. So it will be keyhole surgery. So I won't be out of action. I'll be still making vlogs. I'm only in hospital overnight. So the sewing is a great way for me to chill out and relax and repair and get better. I find that, you know, it'll make me sit still. If I don't do that, I'll find myself busy doing housework, and I've got plenty of kids here in the tribe that can help with things like cooking and cleaning. So I will be taking more time out to do some sewing because I've got lots and lots planned here. And I've got a really big fabric haul planned to show you guys as well that I think you're going to love. So many new fabrics and so many bright colours as well. New fabric stores to chat about too. So yeah, you're really going to enjoy that. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. And if you have, I would love it if you could give it a thumbs up. And also if you haven't subscribed to the channel, that would be really, really awesome if you could do that to help other people find the channel. That way we get more people talking about sewing in the community. And I think the more YouTube vlogs, the better. I know I love looking through a lot of my favorite ones. It helps to motivate and inspire me to want to sew more. Great to catch up today. I will see you very shortly. Take care. Bye for now.